Scrappy friends, this is Mags from MagsGraphics, and today I'm going to share with you a new product called the Woodsy Enhanced Photo Collages. This comes with 6 enhanced tree collages, as well as 15 different curved titles that can be adjusted and resized, recolored, or filled with paper to title your different layouts. These will also make wonderful canvases. Great gifts for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, anniversaries, Christmas. I think you're going to be able to do a lot with these. Now, the basic idea is that you come over to your Woodsy Enhanced Photo Collages and you'll see the first 6 things are grouped, and you would add one to your page. You could decide amongst any of the titles that you might like. We have built by generations, chaos grows here, relative chaos, generations of love, our ever-growing story would be a wonderful one for a new baby. You could place these down across the bottom. You can also size down the tree if it's too big and place it up across the top. We have heritage and heart, love grows here, love passed down, many branches, a few nuts. I think that one I could really use on many of our layouts. It's all relative, rooted in love, our family roots, and so on. So once you add this to your page, you have a couple of options. The first option is to fill each of these with a different picture. You would right-click, group and ungroup, and then you would start choosing photos that you can drag and drop in either from your photo panel or from Windows Explorer. You can zoom in on any of these, and you just keep filling all of your different photo drops. And once you have them all filled, you choose a title, and then you're done with your layout. Let me collect these together, and I will group them, hide them, and show you a layout that I made with this technique, filling each of the different photo spots with a different picture. I used the Camp Chic enhanced borders to add this mountain border down below, and I moved, once I ungrouped it, moved some of the mountains behind the tree. Actually, let's go to this one, grouping, ungroup, because I actually hid the evergreen trees within the different bundle because I didn't need them, and I also could delete them. I tend to hide more than delete. But here was my finished layout with this, showing our whole family out in Colorado. My parents used to own a house up in the mountains, which was one of my favorite places to go. I'm going to group this back up together and then show you our next technique. It could be that when you add one of these photo trees to your page that you do not need as many photo clusters. And so there is an easy way to turn multiple photo clusters into a larger photo spot. So I'm going to hide this and come back over and grab a tree. Let's try this one. And this one definitely has lots of room to put up a title above it. But again, if something is too big, you can always resize it while it is still grouped and keeping the aspect layer locked. Now I'm going to go grouping and ungroup. Perhaps I only want a few photo drops to use, but I only want to use pictures. So I'm going to select multiple pieces. And once I have them together, all of the ones that are touching, I'm going to right click and do flatten. And for now, I'm just going to hold that. We're going to come back to it in a second. I'm going to select these. They kind of go together and flatten. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to click on one and go up to Format Sample Stroke Style because I'm going to need that in a minute. So I think I'll take these together and we will flatten them. And I'll take these three and we will flatten. I'm going to leave the trunk alone. Well, I might flatten those little pieces together. Oops. And flatten. And then these pieces together and flatten. So now I'm going to go back and click each of my new shapes. I'm going to go up to the insert ribbon and click outliner. And it's going to create bigger new shapes out of what I flattened together. Then I'm going to go to each one, right click, fill, convert to photo drop point. And now I have larger sections still within the tree that I'm able to fill. And remember that I sampled that old stroke, the white one. I'm now going to go back up to Format, Apply, Stroke Style. And now I have the same tree, but with fewer spots. So now when I go in and add something, it's going to fill this whole section. I can certainly make some adjustments so that, my head isn't cut off, but this works well. I did not plan this. Again, I am not a fiddler, so I tend to just choose the ones I want and just drag and drop to see what's going to fit. So that gets their faces and so on. I could keep going and then complete this layout. I'm going to group these together. And hide it. And then here's a layout that I made with the Family Life Bundle and the Woodsy Enhanced Photo Clusters that you can see now are much bigger sections. I shook my family tree and a bunch of nuts fell out. That's perfect. I used our family tree house from the titles. I went and added a blue paper from the Family Life Bundle and added also a glow. And then flattened that together and used a shadow for a finished title. The next idea is when you may want just one or two photos, but you want to be able to play with these trees and show off many papers. So I'm going to add this one to our page, and I'm going to right click, group and ungroup. And then I'm going to go over and choose a kit. Let's go to Camp Chic in the papers. So now I can start selecting an assortment and then fill selected shape. When I pick more than one, it's going to try to take this whole paper and spread it across the width. So if it's a tiny piece, it'll be really jammed in there. If it's a big piece, it will be much more spread out. Most of the time, that's just fine. But if I wanted to really adjust a specific one, I would only choose one photo drop, and then I would adjust the size. You can see how I could make this a much thicker pattern. But I can go through, click on different ones, and make a patchwork of really pretty papers. Let's see here. Fill. And again, I'm not really a fiddler, so I just choose some at random, fill them up. Now we've got a really neat family patchwork tree that I can select all of it and group it. And now I can go and add a separate photo box or an assortment, maybe 3, maybe it's just 1. And then I can add that to the page using this more as a background. Let me hide this and show you a layout that I made. So for this one, right click, group and ungroup. I use the Family Life kit again. I chose the heart-shaped tree behind it. And then I went and got the Everyday Enhanced warped frames because I liked that I was only going to need one big picture because I really only got one good one of my husband and me, our boys, and Jack's fiance and Luke's girlfriend. And if I click on this and hide it, you can see the patchwork heart I have happening behind. And then this is also one of the warped frames too. You can see the little shadow peeking out. And this just makes a really wonderful companion page to the silly photo that I did before. But I also told you that there was one more way that we could use these. So make sure I've got all of this so I can group it and get it out of our way. And the last one is turning that tree into a giant photo drop, which you'll be able to do in, I think, just 2 clicks. So this was a lot to regroup together, so it's thinking. All right, I can hide this. Going to go back over to the Woodsy Collages, choose and add one to the page, and grouping, ungroup. Now, if you'll notice, when we scroll down to see everything that is in this collage, at the very bottom is a black shape. This is actually where the shadow is applied. I can hide it and you'll still see the tree, but I did not add shadows to these individual photos. You can certainly do that. I wanted it just along the outside and I didn't want a bunch of shadows interfering, but depending on which pictures you choose and what kind of depth that you want, you can certainly add shadows to all of these. But the key thing is this full shape back here. And again, if I go to Insert Outliner, it is going to create a new live shape on top in the same shape. I can right-click, Fill, Convert to Photo Drop Point, and I'm pretty sure this is all still saved. No, maybe not. So I'm going to click on one of the old ones, sample the stroke style, go back to this one and apply it. And now I have a big white outline tree, and I can choose one picture to stick in there. And then I could embellish it the same way with any other kit that I would like to do and any other papers and elements. So now you have 4 ways that you can use these. I know that you are going to have a wonderful time playing with these, and I cannot wait to see what you make with them. So once again, it's the Woodsy Enhanced Photo Collages, 6 trees, 15 titles, and they match with so many of my other kits or any of your favorite digital art. Thanks for watching. I cannot wait to see what you make with these.